Aloha viewers, my name's Vanessa Perez. I'm dialing in from Hawaii, and today a good friend of mine, Jackie Contreras, is the Marketing and Content Development Manager for MilCity USA. They work predominantly to provide tips and tactics and strategies for military job seekers and military in transition. And that's my wheelhouse. So Jackie said that she has a number of people following the organisation who are asking a number of questions about LinkedIn, how to be strategically optimised. So I thought, as the LinkedIn maven, I thought I'd share some of my knowledge and insight and tactics with you to get ahead of the game and help you get found as a job seeker. So let me just share my screen with you so that we can pull up LinkedIn and I can show you hello. You should be able to see a LinkedIn profile here on the screen from the wonderful Jeff Bigsby Groom. Thanks, Jeff, for letting us use your great LinkedIn profile as an example of how I think military should be presented on LinkedIn. So I could talk to you for 3 hours, but I'm going to hone in and I'm going to talk specifically about a process I call strategic optimization, which is really just search engine optimization. I'm going to talk about value tags, and I'm going to talk about how to find the most valuable words that define your expertise so you can get found by headhunters. A lot of people use this space here. The space underneath the line is called the professional headline. A lot of people tend to waste the opportunity of that line with just a career title or the current job title. This is the most valuable space on the whole of LinkedIn if you want to be found for your expertise. There are 120 characters, and I'm going to teach you how to use that space the most valuable way to get found. So you'll notice here under Jeff's name in his professional headline, I've created a series of words that I call value tags that define his expertise. These words are essentially keywords. They're the words that headhunters and people and recruiters and CEOs of companies and people who are hiring, these are the words that they're going to use to find you and your expertise. So the art to this is, if you know the right words and you have them in the right fields the right number of times, then you're going to start floating up to the top and you're going to start dominating search results. Does that make sense? So how do you define the best words? Well, think about what you do best. You know, you're probably military if you're watching this. So think about your top fields of expertise. It might be logistics, operations, supply chain, security, risk management, process improvement. Think about the words that best define what you do and what you're branding yourself for, or what you want to be found for with your job search, right? So when you know what those words are, write them out. Put them in order of priority of what is most valuable, what you want to get found for, what you want to do. I mean, there's no point if you're working in transportation now and you're branding yourself, or if you're a helicopter pilot like in Jeff's case, and he's branding himself for the biomed environment or industry, then you want to start weaving the words into your branding for the industry and the jobs that you're targeting. Make sense? Let me show you here. Let's say you're a trainer with the military, right? I'm going to show you a little example now about how you can find the most valuable words. So let's say you're a trainer and you want to be a corporate trainer, you want to be found for a training role. So let's put the word in trainer. Let's refine that to all of the people on LinkedIn with trainer in their profile. And you'll see here there's nearly 2 million. So usually if a word has more than 1 million results, I like to think that that's starting to get into the high value word. Make sense? So given that there's nearly 2 million people using trainer in their title or trainer in their profiles, then I'd say, yeah, high value word. 1.8 million. Let's change that out a little bit, shall we? Let me look at what training, what's the value of training? And you'll note 31 million. I'd say that's a more valuable word. And more valuable because more people are using it. If more people are using it to define their expertise, then more people are using it to find those with the expertise. Get it? It's hashtagging. So it's value tags are expertise hashtags essentially, right? So I would say if you're branding yourself as a trainer, I'd use the word training instead of trainer, and that's going to get you found more readily ahead of others and people who are looking for people with training expertise. Get me? So what are the right fields? Well, let's do another example. Let's do project manager. Spelled it wrong. Okay, project manager. Nearly 7.5 million. That's pretty good, right? That's high value word. A lot of people using it. Let's look now at project management. See what results we get. Nearly 40 million. So project manager, project management, I'd be using project management. Now in the scheme of 120 characters, management's going to use up more words than manager, right? So you really just have to prioritize what words you want to use. What are the best ones to define your expertise? 120 characters gives you a good amount of space, as you can see here with Bixby. So it gives a good amount of space. Define the words separately. You can put a line in between them. I like to use a sexy symbol. Let's look at that for another lesson, or by all means go into my profile or Bixby's profile and cut the symbols that you like to use. If you're a veteran or military, I really like to include the word veteran in there. And that way, you know, as maybe one of your last tags, it allows people to identify you in that, you know, realm of military. Particularly if they're targeting veterans, they might use it as a word to help them find veterans. So I'd include veteran or Army or USMC or Marine or Air Force or whatever tag you want to use to help people identify you as a veteran or someone with military expertise. The fields that you need to have in, I said the right words, the right fields, the right number of times. So once you know what your value tags are, you should have them in this professional headline, which is the most valuable real estate on LinkedIn if you want to get found for your expertise. You need to include them in your summary, and most people don't even use the summary field, but you'll note here, when you know what your expertise is, I like to include them this way. I put a heading there, expertise, and then I boom, 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 put all those high value words in there. And it really just helps people look at what your expertise are, but what it's really doing is getting you top of searches for search engine optimization, right? So it's clever strategy, clever tactic. Have a look at the way that I've structured the content for Bixby's profile. I use headings. I use snippets of information, so not more than 3 lines. It allows recruiters and headhunters to skim content, right? If I look at a profile and there's 16 lines of words, it does my head in. I just go, oh no, word vomit. It's just too hard. I haven't got time to read. And most of us don't. But we have time to skim and we have time to have our eyes run over stuff, right? Headings, structure it nicely, allows us, it's more enjoyable to look at and skim through, and we'll stay there longer. Likewise, using video and imagery, it looks pretty, it's appealing to the eye, it has wow factor. We'll stay here longer to look if it looks nice, you know? So you'll see here that I use expertise at the top of each job block, right? It's a way to pepper those words through. So you need it in your headline, You need it in summary. You need it in your job content or your job blocks. You need it in the skills area. You need the words in skills. And in your current and previous headings. And at the end of the day, if you're still not getting up to the top of the searches, you just need to have the words there a few more times. To get me? Okay. So that's a quick down and dirty LinkedIn 101 on strategic optimization and what I call value tags, having the right words in the right fields the right number of times to help you get found and get ahead of the game in the job search. So stay tuned. I think we'll do a series of these with Jackie. I also have a YouTube channel under my name, Vanessa Machin Perez, and you can see a bunch more videos there where I have, other strategies and tactics on how to leverage LinkedIn for your job search or for your business or for successful career transition. Stay tuned. Good luck with your transition. Stay in contact with us and catch you next time. Aloha.